everyone. I've come with a little sad story to tell you. You see the house there? The red house? Yeah? Yeah, we used to have chickens over there. And we lost 8 chickens to the fox last year around this time, end of March. We had 8 of them and all 8 were dead. So what happened was, I remember Daniel Rizal, one of our clients, was arriving that day, and that was also the day when I was doing the community play about chickens, and it was Easter. So it was like our Easter community play, which runs once every 3 years or so. And it was going to be our first show. The show ran for about 5 shows altogether. The first one is going to be evening on that Friday, and then two shows on Saturdays and Sundays. So the Friday was supposed to be the kickoff to the first show, and I was going to meet Daniel Rizal, who was going to go to Tromsø that day. You see, yeah, someone has interrupted me. You see the cat there? Huh? Yeah. Now he wants in. You can wait for a while. Okay, I'm telling a story. Yeah, I know. You can wait for a while. Okay, so basically, I was in the morning, rushed to the airport to meet Daniel Rizal. He is actually my ex-colleague in Singapore. So, of course, I would love to see him again. So met him, and then came back home, and then I hitched a ride from my husband, who works at the airport. So just nice. So I hitched a ride with him home from the airport after meeting Daniel Rizal at the airport. Came back home, and then I told my husband, could you go and feed? Because the day before, I saw one of the chickens was not eating her food. She hasn't been eating. So I really didn't want to see her die. I didn't want to see her body lying there, and I had a feeling she was not going to survive because she hasn't been eating. So I told my husband, could you go out and feed instead? I really don't want to see her down. And then when he came back in, he said, so I said, did she die? And then she said yes, and so did the rest of them. I got a shock of my life. Can you imagine? Just before my play, it's like about 2 hours before my play, and I got a shock of my life. The whole barn, which is the red one there, the whole barn was empty. All that were there were feathers, and everywhere, the whole place, the whole stretch there were feathers, black feathers, all over. And to think it has happened in the morning. It was my fault because probably in my tired or stress for the next day, I forgot to close the barn. And it wasn't the first time. My husband has actually mentioned to me before, that I did not close. It has happened before, and the one of us did not close, but we were lucky. Nothing happened. In fact, there was one time we did not close, and Roger actually saw the fox's footprints around the house. But interestingly, I don't know why he didn't go in. So, what happened that day was the fox took the chickens in the day. It did not happen at night. Can you imagine how brave, how he really has a lot of courage that he took the chickens in the day. So our neighbor has a dog kennel. So he would walk his dogs every day, several times a day. And he did notice that in the morning there was nothing, it was okay. And then by around 2 o'clock, that was just before we came back, around 2 o'clock, he saw the feathers. So when we came back, it was like an hour later. Can you imagine how cunning and sly, and that's what they say, as sly as a fox, right? So that's what happened, and the fox took all 8. So I was really devastated. I was shaken beyond words, and I felt so much guilt because I did not close it. And imagine that's not the kind of state that you want to be before a play. I was afraid I was going to forget my lines and whatever, but I told my sparring partner that if I forget my lines, you just have to help me to cover up. But I didn't. I mean, everything went well. I remembered all my lines. But it took me a while. And what happened was, after The whole play was finished by Sunday. We had the last play and I drove back home. I have never seen this fox at all, you know, in my many years here. I've never seen it. So when I drove home, I saw, what is that, a cat in front of me. And then lo and behold, it was the fox. Really, I really wish I could have rammed and just knocked him down, but he went into one corner, you know, so I didn't see him anymore, but I saw it, and it was just roving around looking elsewhere if there's any other chickens that, you know, he could be taking. What happened, which is very interesting also, when spring came and all the snow had melted, one by one, the neighbours were telling me, "Hi, Sureti, one of your chickens is on my lawn." Another one told me, "I found your chicken, one of your chicken, your dead chicken on my lawn." So imagine the fox had been hiding all the 8 chickens in different houses around here. You know, so it's like the storage under the snow, and hoping that he or she will eat it when she needs it. So can you imagine how cunning, how smart the fox is, really? So that's a bit of a life by the countryside where I live in Feiring. So just for you to have a taste of what it's like. We are, you know, susceptible to all these kind of animals out there. And I felt very threatened, especially for the cat. I mean, my cat goes in and out every day. So yes, the fox can also take the cat. So I pray every day, and I thank God every day for each day that I get to be with my cat, and that he comes home safe and alive. So I don't know where he is now. So he's probably not happy with me because I didn't want to open the door. I'm going to go find him. Okay? So there's a bit of a story for you there. A little sneak peek into life in the countryside in Feiring. Alright, bye.